In the game of chess, there exists a popular strategic concept known as converting a winning position. This concept, which is simply the process of turning an advantage into a win, is one that I believe can be applied to life and any goals that you set for yourself. Let me explain how. During the game, you would think the player with the clear advantage would have no problem finishing the game with a victory, but as is often the case, there are a few pitfalls that could flip the position in the opponent's favor in an instant. Impatience, hubris, fear, and trying too hard to control everything in the position. Let's look into these 4 ideas. Imagine you are the player with the advantage. Impatience will propel you to launch an aggressive attack too soon, leaving potential openings in your position that your opponent will take advantage of, leading to a swift reversal and loss of the game. Hubris will provide nothing but a false sense of security. This results in overlooking your opponent's moves or even your own, and before you know it, you have lost again. Fear, perhaps the worst of the 4, will paralyze you in a trance of over-analysis. Second-guessing your every move, you will opt for the safest route, one that does little to advance your own position and fails to capitalize on your opponent's weaker hand. Lost once again. Lastly, in your measly attempt at controlling the entire game, your opponent will make a move you could not have possibly accounted for. The advantage you thought you had crumbles like a tower built out of toothpicks. For the 4th and final time, you've lost. So how do we avoid such circumstances? The law of inversion from the late Charlie Munger states that as long as we are aware of what not to do, we just need to do the opposite in order to get the outcomes that we desire. The opposite of impatience is obviously patience. Give yourself the time to make better decisions and winning plays will begin to reveal themselves to you naturally. No need to fabricate an attack that doesn't exist. In life, whether you're trying to build your own business, grow on social media, or just get better grades in school, you will come to realize that rushing will only get you so far. Many components that go into accomplishing anything worthwhile require a lot of time to be done right. Many people share the same goals, but only those that are willing to put in the necessary effort and stick with it long enough will see results. Hubris, at its core, is unjustified arrogance, and anyone who sees through this lens of self-indulgence cannot help but take everything personally. Thus, the opposite of hubris must be detachment. Being so engulfed by your own point of view suffocates your chance at considering external ones. By removing your emotions from your position, you allow yourself to operate from others' perspectives, including your opponents. Now you can block their attacks before they even make them. Applying this concept to life is simple. Don't feel so entitled to winning you can no longer see outside your own reality. No matter what goals you are pursuing, there will always be someone who is further along than you are. Rather than feeling defeated, this is the perfect opportunity to exude detachment. Find the people that are at the summit of the mountain you wish to climb, and start asking yourself, what would this person do if they were in my position? This framework is brilliant for getting out of your own head and redefining what an effective path actually looks like. If you want to go a step further, look into published material by those same people. So many leaders in their respective fields have written books, recorded videos, created programs, etc., outlining exactly how they accomplished what they've done. Absorbing this information is one of the quickest ways to upgrade your perspective to that of someone who has far more experience than you do. This will also allow you to answer the "what would this person do" question with much greater precision and efficacy. Now onto fear. People feel fear when they are faced with the unknown. The dark is scary because of the uncertainty that it fosters. Without light, the monster you imagine is hidden in your closet may as well be real. Horror films are scary because of the many unexpected elements incorporated in various aspects of the film, like the visuals, soundtrack, or Foley. But I guarantee that if you watch that same horror film 100 times, you would no longer feel the same emotions you did the first. Once every uncertainty is made certain, there is no longer any room for fear to take over. You cannot be scared of something you know 100% of. This is why the opposite of fear is objectivity, seeing reality for exactly what it is and nothing more. It's the same as turning the light on in your closet to reveal the monster was never there. Really quick, I will add as a side note, another fascinating topic is the relationship between fear and love, and that they could be described as opposites as well. but that's for another video. In life, people are often scared to take action on the things they say they are passionate about. They give all sorts of excuses like fear of failure, fear of others' opinions of them, being overly self-conscious, being a perfectionist, the list goes on. And these are all valid excuses. I have certainly felt several of those while making this video. But what scares me on a level orders of magnitude greater is my fear of regretting not taking action. If you wish to convert a winning position in life, you need to decide if you are willing to stare back in the face of your deepest fears and insecurities. Overcoming them will unlock doors you thought you could never walk through. Just like watching the horror film, step into the fires of your fears 100 times and they'll lose the power to burn you. This is what it means to be objective. You cannot be scared of something you know 100% of. Finally, we find ourselves at the last inversion. The opposite of trying to control everything is having flexibility. The issue with being a control freak is that there are simply too many factors that you objectively do not have control over. Any effort trying to control such elements is futile and an egregious waste of your time and energy. In most cases, the only thing you can always count on is yourself. This includes your own decisions and how you respond to the outside world. Pretty much everything else is off limits. You cannot control the weather, you cannot control what other people do or say, and you certainly cannot control what they think of you either. So, what do you do about those things? Be flexible. Understand you can never perfectly predict what will happen and then act accordingly. Being flexible means that no matter what happens externally, you are ready and willing to adapt in order to get where you want to go. In a game of chess, that might mean abandoning one line of attack for another after your opponent successfully blocks your initial advances. In life, that might mean starting a project over from zero after realizing some crucial piece of information that you weren't aware of before. But this doesn't only apply to missteps. Being flexible also means there isn't only one way to win. It's up to you to find what works for you, and this will look different for everyone. You don't need to blindly follow somebody else's journey just because it worked for them and they told you to do it. Ask yourself what you care about, what you enjoy, the kind of mark you want to leave on the world, and then go from there. In conclusion, converting a winning position in life involves many factors that are unique to the individual and what they set out to accomplish. But I believe the ideas talked about in this video can certainly help someone who's still trying to find their way. I'm honestly making this video for myself. I've decided to go all in on a few key projects of mine this year that I'm really passionate about. One of those projects is this very YouTube channel. I really want this channel to be like a platform where I could document my journey with my projects and then occasionally discuss things that I think are interesting, sort of like this video. Which, by the way, this is the first time I've ever made a video like this, so please give me feedback and let me know what you think in the comments. I would really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching.